Hello, I'm Dennis Cometti. Good to be back in Perth. A few empty seats in the crowd. A player who always knew how to find the goals and did so 800 times in his illustrious career. From my point of view, it's a delight to have him as part of the commentary team. Welcome, Richo.
How are you, Den? I've been waiting for today's match all week. Practice matches offer the ideal scenario for experimentation, Dennis. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.
Today's match between West Coast and the Tigers. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks great and everything is spelled correctly. Mind you, I'm the last man to ask. They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp and the crowd are appreciating it.
Bit of Australian rules football. Emoji dizzy face. Emoji waving hand. Emoji thumbs up.
Umpire tosses the coin. The Tigers kicking to the right of screen. Just waiting for the opening siren now. Here we go. It's West Coast versus the Tigers. He's got the football now. McGovern on the ball at the moment. Edwards with a perfect drop punt. Marked by Griffiths. Kicks it. Picked up by Wellingham. Gets boot to leather. Marston couldn't hold on to that one. Snicks the ball away in time. Asprey looking to make them pay for that turnover. Pritis got under it. Sometimes you've just got to kick it. A good mark under the circumstances.
Cripps shown a lot of character with his recent performances. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Cripps with the shot. It's on its way. He wins the contested mark. Rance kicks it. He takes a strong mark. Asprey with the kick. McIntosh spills it. He intercepts the ball on the bounce. Good hand skills there. He takes a big bump. Hand passes to the running man. Jeddah running in about to kick.
Asprey taps. Nankervis charges fiercely with a powerful bump. Shuey picks it up. Shuey tries his luck with a shot at goal. He has the ball. Jams it on the boot now. Nice work from McGovern.
McGovern can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match. He handballs it. Pritis with the kick. The mark will be paid. Cripps lining up with the goals.
Shot by Cripps. Tapped by Asprey. He controls the bouncing ball. Kennedy runs in. Hey, come on, that post has feelings too. West Coast by a point. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Plays on. A long kick there. Jeddah marks it. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. Dowling laps up the misplaced footy. It's his. Dowling just makes the goal line. That will settle his nerves. The first goal is always welcome.
Darling. It's just a real slippery customer if you give him any space.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce.
Naitanui may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure. Puts boot to ball. Caddy claims the ball. He slams that on the boot. Lambert really forced to earn that mark. He kicks the ball.
Collected by Schofield. Didn't put the brakes on in time, and he runs it over. All eyes on the ball as the ruckman battle it out. Punch by Naitanui. A favourable bounce. Does well to keep it in play. Is in his possession. Wellingham runs past and gets the ball. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark.
Cripps, he's not the biggest threat on the field, but he can make his opponent accountable, and he requires a watchful eye at times. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Score for West Coast. The Eagles lead the Tigers.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The bounce is straight as an arrow. Naitanui hits it. Shuey on the ball at the moment. He grabs it on the run. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Darling just squeezes it over the line. He's bagged a couple now, and they stretch out their lead. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Good bounce. Clean tap by Naitanui. He has the ball. Grimes with the tap. He gets his hands on the footy. Mitchell gains possession through the interception. Hooley gets the tap. Mitchell with the mighty fist. Hill with his head down, running for home. Can you count that as a moral victory? A quick start by West Coast. He looks for a man on the lead. Plays onto himself. Rance slams it on the boot. Taken by Ellis.
Ellis needs to work on his vertical leap because at times he can be found wanting when he's leaping for the ball. Nankervis hand passes the ball. He runs into the goal. Good mark.
Riewoldt getting into position for the kick. 20 metres from home. Not the easiest of angles, this one. He's taking the shot from about 30 degrees. The bounce is straight up and down. Nankervis with a big fist on it. Gets the kick off as he's taken down by Jetta. Edwards with the kick. No contest for that mark. Kicks it across the ground. He's no oil painting, but look at him climbing the pack like a pop-up toaster. Kicked by Griffiths. Rioli marks on the run, perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines the shot up. Rioli drives the ball towards goal. Miss for behind. It's not the score he was looking for. The ball was thrown. Free kick for Riewoldt. Riewoldt whacks one on the boot for goal. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Schofield is a pretty decent kick of the footy, but you can always be better. He slams that on the boot. He slams that on the boot. He can't bring that mark down. He gathers up the intercepted ball.
Gaff hand passes the ball to the runner going past. Prestia picks it up. Quick hands allows him to get that one off in time. Riewoldt was so close with that kick, but it just goes through for a point. Disappointing kick there. We'll look for a quick option here. A pinpoint pass is the key. A solid mark from Edwards. Nice mark there. Jams it on the boot now. Rioli gets the mark without contest. 40 metres from home. You know what they say, this is the impossible angle. Nice contested mark by Griffiths. 50 metres out. He gives the ball a mighty roost. Taken by Schofield.
Schofield shown a lot of character with his recent performances. That's a mark. He steadies now in front of goal. Griffiths getting some power behind that one. He lines it up with the goal.
Testing shot outside the 50. Going for goal number 1. It's going. Martin kicks it behind. Richmond manages to rack up another behind. He'll be disappointed with that effort. He gets above the crowd. Kicked at goal by Prestia. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? He'll be disappointed with that effort. Kick to himself. Gets a handball away, gains possession, and that torp has gone supernova. A great effort. Nankervis boots it. Strong mark by Mitchell.
Mitchell really wears his heart on his sleeve. He grabs it off the ground, gets a handball to the running man. Running in for the goals now. Pritis goes for goal. Goal for West Coast.
West Coast by 15 points. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Nankervis is a class above. I expect he'll continue to dominate Naitanui. Dragged down by Prestia. Nankervis aims for his man on the ground. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. He's got the football now. Is in his possession. Nice hands. Booted by Martin. Lucky bounce collected with the ball now. Edwards is starting to get a lot of the football. Poor contact. Next time, mix in a little more leather. Edwards. And that torp has gone supernova. That was more obvious than a ballerina in a mosh pit. Deliberate out of bounds. As Darren Hinch would say, shame, shame, shame. Edwards kicks hard along the boundary line. Takes it well.
The West Coast big men are not pulling down many marks inside the 50, with most of the West Coast scoring opportunities coming from shots on the run. Cochin slams the ball to his boot. Puts boot to ball. Lambert, with good strong hands, puts boot to ball. Griffiths with the ball.
45 metres out. Griffiths takes aim for goals. He's having a ball, if you'll excuse the pun. Here's the bounce. Naitanui with the punch. Grimes gets a hard bump from Darling. Prestia boots it. Nankervis takes an uncontested mark.
Nankervis has got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. He grabs it. Naitanui with a terrible kick. He marks the ball.
Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines the shot up. 50 metres out. Lecrac whacks one on the boot for goal. He's popped up out of nowhere and cut that one off. West Coast by 15 points. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce, guided by Nankervis. Has it now. Really butchered that kick, didn't he, Richard?
That's just a waste of a kick there.
Darling, a good crummer. Handball short. The loose ball picked up. Off the ground. Going for goal number 3. Lecrac missed everything then. Grimes throws it clear as day. Darling taking aim. Going for goal number 3. That's 2 in a row for West Coast. West Coast with a handy break, leading Richmond 38-17.
Darling has so much potential, he could just be anything.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Tapped by Nankervis. Jeddick made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. The ball mopped up. Shuey with no time to delay with that kick. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. Chalk up a goal for the Eagles. The pressure continues to mount with that goal from Darling. There's one for the time capsule. He's happy with that effort, and so he should be. All is in readiness. The bounces straight up and down. Naitanui gets onto the ball. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Cripps taken high, and he'll get the free kick. Cripps urged on by the crowd, prepares to kick. Cripps likes his chances for goal. Goal from a long way out by Cripps. This kick puts them further into the lead. The Eagles beginning to apply their supremacy on the scoreboard with a lead of 50-17.
Cripps can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league.
Well, that's what we've come to expect from him. Fantastic goal. He acknowledges the crowd. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Here we go.
Nankervis will give you a competitive contest in every hit-out, I can assure you of that. But the midfielders are going to have to work really hard to earn the centre clearances off his ruck work.
Tap to advantage. Clean tap by McGovern. Prestia just got cleaned up and sent back to Neverland. Certainly that was not a hand pass. The umpire thinks the same and awards the free. Strong mark. Griffiths, feeling the pressure, gets the quick kick away. He picks up the loose ball. Quick hands find the running player. Gathers the ball. Mitchell was hit with such force that he couldn't hold on to the footy. Grimes intercepts it. Grimes feeds it wide. Wins the hardball.
Edwards needs to do a little bit more work on his jumping. He can get some good height, but it's the timing that's not quite there. Strong mark there. Lambert kicks it. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. He scoops it up. Shuey by hand.
Naitanui approaching home now. Darling with no time to delay with that kick. West Coast leads by 33. He's putting on a masterclass with goals like that. Darling shows the goal umpire the right signal. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The bounce, laser straight. Richard, your thoughts on the first quarter?
The Eagles will be happy with the early scoreboard pressure they are applying to the Tigers. They are setting the standard out there, and it will be interesting to see how Richmond can come back after the break.
Lots of points scored during that opening term. Let's check out the stats.
Not much difference between the way these two teams are kicking. Both fairly even on 48 and 42. The mark...
First break is over and we're back in action.
Persistence can change failure into extraordinary achievement.
Darling, I've got no idea how he managed to get that out. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. West Coast with the upper hand in this match, and it shows on the scoreboard, leading 62-23. All is in readiness. More bounce than a dodgy check.
The Eagles are losing the clearances and they are sitting a kick behind the play and are able to stream forward in numbers, and it's working well for them. Cripps shoots for goal. Hooley gets a fist to it. Lacroix bumps. He gets bumped. Darling with handball. Rance is bumped off the ball. Sending it on its way. Asprey having no trouble taking that one.
Boots it. Edwards had no chance at that one. Controlled by Gotcha. He threaded the needle to get the handball out. Caddy claims it. Puts boot to ball. The ball is picked up and kept alive. Doesn't quite manage to pull it off. Great try. It's a good throw in. Tapped by Naitanui. Shuey sticks out his hands and collects the ball. Jeddick heads in for the goals. Rance gets the tap. He gains possession. Gives it to Asprey. An easy grab for Prestia. Chips it down towards half forward. Takes that one strongly. Don't take too long lining up for goal. Invariably, the mind messes up more shots than the body. Wins the hard ball. Opportunity for revolt. Going for goal number 2. Perfect kick. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market.
Riewoldt is the heart and soul of this footy club. I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon.
Naitanui is a class above. I expect he'll continue to dominate Nankervis. Prentice has the chance to add one more to his talent. If that post was a couple of centimetres thinner, it would have been okay. It's not the score he was looking for.
Rance is someone you'd want to stand in front of. When he kicks, he really kicks it. Hooley has the ball. He kicks it long. He gets it under pressure. Caddy kicks the ball. Cochin with beautiful hands above the head. He really is a great target to kick to.
Chip kick along the wing. Takes that one strongly. He decides to play on. Intercept by Martin. Boots it. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. 35 metres out. Lloyd drives the ball towards goal. The Tigers add one to their tally.
Lloyd can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. With the ball now. He's got the football now. Slams it on the boot. Great grab.
Richmond have been able to take more marks out there, but most of these have been from playing possession footy. They need to start taking a few more risks out there. Griffiths goes for goal. Griffiths gets a huge goal.
The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Naitanui with the mighty fist. Clean pick up by Darling. Gives it to the running man. Approaching the goals now. It goes through for behind. Disappointing kick there.
Rand squares his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club. Lacroix takes a shot. Score for West Coast.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Look at that bounce. Claimed by Nankervis. Dishes it off by Ham. He's tried to do too much with that kick. Lacroix presents and takes the mark. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. 40 metres out. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. West Coast in front.
Lacroix shown a lot of character with his recent performances.
Naitanui got a fist on him. He's got the football now. Nankervis taps it. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Curtis with the football. He's a ball magnet. And he's heading for home. A chance to add one more to his tally. He really should have made more of that. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. They may have no option but to kick it long up the middle right here. Cripps with the ball. Lacroix gives the ball to the man on the run. He's got the head down as he charges home for goal. Asprey with the interception. There'll be a ball up close to goal. Naitanui, try swinging your purse next time. Rich coming from a guy wearing makeup. A goal for the Eagles. The Eagles have scored the last 2 goals. The Eagles by 7 goals. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Naitanui with the tap. Curtis with the ball. Caddy read the play better than anyone else and takes possession. Guided by Naitanui. Cochin gets the tap. The ball picked up. Grimes taps it. Shuey guides it. Works it across the ground. Nice contested mark by Prestia. Prestia feeds it wide. And that ball is out of bounds. The ball will be thrown in. The ball has been thrown in. Naitanui looked about as coordinated as Disney's Goofy. Griffiths with the hand pass. A low kick from Lambert. Takes it well.
The dominance we're seeing from the Eagles at the moment has come mostly from their running goals. They just haven't been able to get up to the contests and take a mark inside forward 50. The goal for the Tigers.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Big thump from Naitanui. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Lobs the handball. Puts boot to ball. Caddy up.
Caddy. It's just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. Martin with the ball. Sending it on its way. The mark will be paid. He slams that on the boot. He takes the contested mark.
Martin slams the ball onto his boot, trying to get it away as quickly as possible. Jams it on the boot now. Prestia takes the mark uncontested. The players have decided to take advantage. Lloyd with the mighty fist. They need a goal to keep that door ajar. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. 20 metres out. Rioli on a 45-degree angle. It's just a question of accuracy.
Rioli really wears his heart on his sleeve.
All is in readiness.
Naitanui may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure. He kicks the ball. He gets it under pressure. He handballs it. Interception. He handballs it. Sending it on its way.
Nankervis with the mighty fist. Good tap from McIntosh. He gains possession. He handballs it. It's like he has the ball on a string. The ball finds its way into the grateful clutches of the opposition. Tapped by Prittis. Lobs the handball. Lambert must be aware of the pressure he's under. This needs to go through.
The Eagles could bypassing their forward targets and having shots on the run with very few marks inside forward 50. He boots it. They really need a goal on board now. Schofield was thinking then, he's given away 50. Goal for Richmond.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. There's the bounce. Punched by Naitanui. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Grimes went straight through him. Shuey comes away with the ball. He runs into the goal. Shuey likes his chances for goal. Rance was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did.
No questioning whether Richmond can take a mark. I think everyone has seen enough cheap marks taken out there. Richmond need to start kicking more direct for goal.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Naitanui with the tap. He controls the bouncing ball. Mitchell heading in. Watch his style. Oh, that was a brave shot. Good goal. He sinks his first goal. West Coast by 6 goals. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Naitanui with the tap. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Lovely hand pass. Hits the man. Nankervis brought him down. Holding the ball. Kicked by Nankervis. Prestiak marks. Gets boot to leather. A mark by Lambert. He gives it a punishing kick. The spilled ball is collected. Sweeping handball. McGovern feeds it wide. Takes it well. Lining up the goal now. Naitanui will need to pull something special out here. Nankervis with the handball out of the pack. Handballs from the tackle. Prestiak with the running catch. Lambert with an easy mark. Choose to kick it. Reynolds aims for his man on the ground. Out of bounds it goes. Look at the Big Eaters. They're doing their exercise now as this ball comes into play. Superb handball. Shuey hand passes to space and hopes for the best. Guided by Jetta. Edwards taps. Lucky bounce collected. Pick up by Prittis. He has the ball. He's got the football now. Gets the distance. And that puts them further in front. That's 2 in a row for the Eagles. The Eagles by 7 goals. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The ball has been bounced. Griffiths aims for his man on the ground. Grigg controls. McGovern with the tap. Gathers the ball. Dio holds the ball, and that'll be a free kick for Martin. Martin kicks it. Lloyd has it. Word is this guy is the most reliable kick for goal in the side. This game is slowly slipping out of their grasp. They must convert here. 20 metres from home. Reynolds going for number 4. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. Claimed by Naitanui. Grimes with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. Nice work from Edwards. Gets boot to high. Marked by Cochin. Kicks. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Wellingham runs past and gets the ball. The contest, no match for him. With the quick hands. They've conceded possession. Intercepted. Grimes gets the kick off before he's poleaxed by Mitchell.
No questioning whether the Tigers can take a mark. I think everyone has seen enough cheap marks taken out there. Richmond need to start kicking more direct for goal. Caddy slams the ball to his boot. Rioli slams the ball to his boot. Nankervis getting into position for the kick. He kicks the ball. That's a nice strong mark.
40 metres from home. An easy grab for Barras. Oh, he's given that Torp an almighty thump. He wins the contest. The ball bounced favourably for Shuey. Richmond trailing by 36 at the break.
The Tigers were trailing at half-time because of some very poor disposal and decision-making. The coaching staff have a few headaches at the half.
We'll have a look at the stats.
West Coast with nothing impressive in the stats sheet. The score says it all here.
Cheers, Richard. Well, that's half a game. Don't go anywhere. Quarter number 3 is coming up right after this. We're back for the third term.
Do not let what you can do interfere with what you can do.
Tapped by Naitanui. Guided by Darling. Gets the loose ball. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. Handball short. He's had lots of touches this match. Choose to kick it. Just fell through. Gets his first. West Coast by 7 goals. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. More bounce than a dodgy check. Griffiths totally outclassed in that contest. The loose ball picked up by Naitanui. Kennedy made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. The ball over the line. It'll be a throw-in. The umpire's throw is a good one. Punched by Naitanui. Wow, what a hit. Reminiscent of young, lethal Lee Matthews. The hindposts should be cowering in fear. Lucky we have that goal recorded because it was first rate. Shuey with the goal, and he runs back into position. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Deft touch from Griffiths. The bouncing ball is controlled. McGovern boots it. Gets a handball away. Grimes intercepts the bouncing ball. Puts boot to ball. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Booted by Caddy. Nice mark under pressure. That drop punt works well for Cochin. Nice work from Griffiths. Pumps the pigskin. Wins the hardball. Yeo sends the ball on its way. Marked by Darling. Lining up the goal now. Going for goal number 6. A solid mark from Lacroix. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Fantastic goal by Lacroix. The Eagles have scored the last 3 goals. The Eagles by 9 goals.
Lacroix is the heart and soul of this footy club. I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Punch by Griffiths. Nan Curtis is able to grab it on the half volley. He gets a kick out of the pack. And the ball goes over the boundary near the 50. The ruckman battle for position. Deft touch from Naitanui. Lambert is able to grab it on the half volley. What was the intention of that kick, Richard?
That was an absolute shocker.
Kicks. Strong mark by Griffiths.
Griffiths needs to do a little bit more work on his jumping. He can get some good height, but it's the timing that's not quite there. Hill with great hands. He handballs it.
Ellis collects it, guided by Ellis. Wins the hardball. Kicked by Prestia. A great effort. Mitchell with the kick. Off hands. Very quiet by his standards. Gets a handball away towards the man on the run. Booted by Grimes. Great mark. Naitanui kicks. Scoops up the ball. He gives the ball away. A lovely drop punt. The ball finds its way into the grateful clutches of the opposition. Launched long by Pritis. Lecrac, the better man there. Lobs the pass. Grimes throws the ball. Free kick. Can he kick it from here, Richo?
He's a fair way out, Dennis. It'll test him.
Testing shot outside the 50. Kennedy has a great set of hands. Fantastic mark. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. 30 metres from home. Look at that. He's put it through. Kennedy knocking through his third of the match. They're starting to stamp their dominance on this game. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Naitanui nicely outclassing Griffiths. Grimes gets the kick off before he's poleaxed by Pritis. And he's heading for home, going for goal number 2. Miss for a behind. Disappointing kick there. Hooley grabs that one. Slams it on the boot. A great effort. Kicks. Strong mark. Dowling passes it. Pritis with the kick. Ball crosses the boundary. Thrown in majestically. Punched by Griffiths. Cochin sticks out his hands and collects the ball. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well.
The Tigers just aren't running for each other and creating any space to work into. And as a result, they haven't been able to earn many shots inside 50. That's a very bad kick. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent.
Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. 25 metres out. You'd back him from this position. Dowling likes his chances for goal. The Eagles have scored the last 5 goals. The Eagles over Richmond by 67. Clean tap by Naitanui. Lobs the handball. Mitchell approaching home now. All eyes are watching. Gets the behind. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Well, fortune favours the brave. It's time the Tigers stopped playing safe with their possession and took the game on. He grabs it. He opts to play on. Darling kicks it. Naitanui gets the mark without contest.
Lining up the goal now. A long way out. Going for goal number 2. Cripps picks it up. He's running hot, Richard.
He seems to always be in the contest, Dennis.
He's a ball magnet. Booted by Asbury. Ellis over the top. Kicked in a flurry. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark.
The Eagles are having shots for goal on the run rather than looking to hit targets inside 50. And why shouldn't they when they have so many quality kicks in the team? Lining it up with the goal now. Kennedy goes for goal. Perfect kick. The Eagles have the edge over the Tigers in this match.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Great bounce. Naitanui knocks it down the field. Handballs out into space. It's like he has the ball on a string. Shot at goal by Shuey. The goal for West Coast. This kick stretches the lead. That's 6 in a row for the Eagles. The Eagles leads by... The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Here's the bounce. Naitanui taps. With the ball now. Dowling hand passes it. What was he thinking? Cochin hand passes the ball to the runner going past. Nice drop punt. Off hands. A lot of possessions for him. Lambert comes away with the ball. Approaching the goals now. We're perilously close to having the floodgates open. It's a bad feeling. This goal is vital.
Lambert can achieve anything he sets his mind to. The sky is the limit for this guy.
A lovely drop punt. Naitanui has it. He opts to play on. He has no trouble grabbing that one.
West Coast were bypassing their forward targets and having shots on the run with very few marks inside forward 50. Naitanui with the shot. It gets tapped. Rance scoops up the ball. He knocks it down. Hill taps the ball.
Picked up by Lacroix. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Cripps with a great kick. West Coast starting to exert some dominance over the Tigers with the lead of 151 to 71. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Bounce goes the ball. Naitanui outstretches his opponent to win the ruck. Dowling, I've got no idea how he managed to get that out. Goal from a long way out by Nat Nui. He'll be happy with goal number 2. They increase their lead. Oh, he'll be loving that goal when he sees it in the highlights package.
Nat Nui obviously loves playing for the club. I can't imagine him being anywhere else. Cochin thinks that was holding the ball. Cochin covers some ground with that kick. Jeddah marks it. He chooses to play it on. He's holding the ball. Lambert lines up. He boots it. Nankervis just wanted it more then.
There's a vast chasm between him and the goals ahead. It's going. They say you miss 100% of the shots you never take, so hopefully he can just shrug that one off. Disappointing kick there. Steady hands there as he holds that one.
Yo, he's got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. Puts boot to ball. Hearn boots it. He takes the contested mark.
He plays on. He lays off the pass. His kicking is unbelievable. Some people don't go that far for their holidays. Nat Nui passes. He gives the ball away. Puts the head down as he runs in. That's 3 in a row for West Coast. The Eagles in front.
Nat Nui, he's a smart guy, but he's got to keep a cooler head so he can make the right decisions more often.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Nat Nui with first hands to the ball. Ball up in the centre square.
West Coast have just been really well organised and courageous in the centre, and that's why they've been winning the ball. Darling has the ball. His run-up looks promising. No, the kick is no good. The Eagles lead.
I would have expected him to nail that. Looks like he'll go out wide. Darling gets the upper hand. Word is this guy is the most reliable kick for goal on the side. Here he is going for goal number 7. That kick was gigantic. Great goal. I'm sure we'll look back and exaggerate the distance in years to come. Darling adds another goal to his already impressive record for the match. And that goal is right off the top shelf for him. Very happy with that kick. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Griffiths taps. Tapped by Nankervis. Nat Nui holding the ball as he's collected by Cochin. Kicks to the square. Griffiths claims it.
Advantage.
Jams it on the boot now. Great mark over the pack. Jeddick with the handball out of the pack. Rioli intercepts it. He collects the loose ball. McGovern tackles too high on Nankervis. Going for goal number 1. You could see that happening right after it left his boot. They really needed a goal there. Disappointing kick there.
The Eagles have been so precise with their disposal and with their delivery their forwards have been receiving. It's no wonder the Tigers were starting to fall behind. He plays on. Cochin sharks the ball away. Griffiths takes him down and the ball comes loose. Shuey goes for home. Only at the home.
West Coast in front. It's not the score he was looking for. Asprey with a perfect drop punt. Edwards claims the ball. Sends it on its way. Almost a touch of synchronized swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. Jams it on the boot. Good mark on the run. Prestiak trimming the grass with that kick. And over the boundary line she goes. Umpire calls for a boundary throw. The Rucks are going at it.
Griffiths told me recently that he really loves playing for this club and you can really see it in his attitude on the field. I think he's going to play for this club for a long, long time. Shuey mistimes it. He can't bring that mark down. Lacroix grabs the ball on the bounce. The ball being picked up before it makes its target. Grimes finds the handball. Cripps collects it. It comes off the side of the boot. It takes a strong mark.
He steadies now in front of goal, 15 metres out. Just in time with that kick, gathered by Kennedy. With no time to spare, he gets the ball away. Took up a goal for the Eagles. Cripps leaving no room in the record now. He's on a goal-kicking streak. All is in readiness. And there's the bounce. Naitanui gets onto the ball, gains possession. There'll be a ball up in the centre square. Tapped by Naitanui. Caddy collects. Choose to kick it. He has no trouble grabbing that one. Superb handball. Kicks it across the ground. Hand pass by Griffiths. Handballs from the tackle. Prestiak puts it on the boot. Nice mark there. Sends it on its way. Rioli got under it. A monster kick will be required from here. He's kicking from a 45-degree angle. Rioli scoring from a long bomb. That's number 2. Kicks the goal. That'll be a team lifter. Here's Richo with his stats.
A real arm wrestle out there with the possession stats at 51% to 49%. West Coast and Richmond are close in handballs. Neither team appears to have a distinct advantage.
Thank you very much, Richo. For the last quarter.
You can always rest easy knowing that you gave 100%, win or lose.
Gets a handball away towards the man on the run. Naitanui puts his head down and runs in. Misses the goal and goes through for the behind. The Eagles with a healthy gap on the scoreboard, leading Richmond 178 to 79. I would have expected him to nail that. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Kept alive under pressure. The ball is kept in. Edwards slams it on the boot. He spent that one before he had it. It's been intercepted by the opposition. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Goal. Mitchell kicks number 2. The lead has been increased. West Coast are in control of this game. And that goal is right off the top shelf for him.
It's great for a team when they have a winning ruckman who can really direct his hit-outs. West Coast have had a superb supply all match long. Hand passes to the running man. West Coast get the goal.
Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Tapped by Naitanui. Lucky bounce collected. Pritis making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the wind. Ball over the boundary line. Both ruckmen battling for the front spot. Big leap. Cochin gets it on the bounce. A favourable bounce. Superb handball. Goal to West Coast. The lead has been increased by Mitchell. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Mitchell has a nose for goals. You wouldn't want to bet against him, even on the tightest of angles.
All is in readiness. The bounce. Naitanui with the tap. Bounces favourably for Darling. Slips the handball to Shuey. Asprey just stopping for a quick dance. He grabs it on the run. Rance feeds it wide. McIntosh, the better man there. Gets boot to high. Prestiak has a great set of hands. Fantastic mark.
Even though Richmond were behind on the scoreboard, I think they'd be proud of their dominance in the marking contests, and so they should be. He clears the ball. He gets the ball. Mitchell handballs to space. He taps it. Barras taps it. McGovern gains possession.
And he's heading for home. Able to grab it on the half volley. Well, some might call it smart. I call it a point. Disappointing kick there. Lecrac setting his sights on the goals. Gets the distance. If this game were being played on water, the Eagles would be walking on it. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. The bounce is straight up and down.
Naitanui got a really good footballing brain. He handballs it. He almost anticipated just where the pass was going and got there first. Caddy with good strong hands. He slams that on the boot. It's a mark.
Jams it on the boot. He spills the mark. Wow, what a hit. Reminiscent of young, lethal Lee Matthews. The hindposts should be cowering in fear.
Martin is a freak at understanding and anticipating his opponent's actions. Barras with the mark, passes by hand.
Strong mark. Naitanui hand passes. Kicked by Nankervis. Strong mark. Inside 50 now. Takes that one strongly. 40 metres from home. Lloyd to kick from almost directly in front of goal. Lloyd with the goal. That's number 2. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Naitanui aims for his man on the ground. A favourable bounce. Curtis drives it inside the 50. The ball goes over the boundary in the pocket. The umpire will toss it back in. Shoulders locked, eyes on the ball. Nankervis hits it, squeezes out a handball. Ellis bumped off the ball. He's got the football now. He receives the handball. He's a ball magnet. He's holding the ball. A powerful kick from Hooley. A solid mark from Gaff. Well, you've kicked a few in your time. Do you give him much of a chance from here, Richard?
I don't think he can do it, Dennis.
He's kicking from a 45-degree angle, 15 metres out. Cripps taking a chance at goal. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Cripps is good on both left and right, so kicking off either side is just not an issue for him.
Intercepted by Grimes. He receives the handball. Prestia kicks it. Rioli takes an uncontested mark. Word is this guy is the most reliable kick for goal in the side. A long way out. Lambert will take the free. He steadies now in front of goal. Lambert boots it. Rioli claims the ball. 40 metres from home. Sends the Sharon on its way. Lloyd got under it. Word is this guy is the most reliable kick for goal in the side. He's getting accustomed to kicking goals. He's missed the goal. I would have expected him to nail that. Jeddick sticks out his hands and collects the ball. He gets tackled as he hands it off. Grimes guides it. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alleyway. He grabs it on the run. It was all his. Nice drop punt. Prestia gets the upper hand. Picture perfect drop punt. McGovern claims it. Heads up the corridor. Marks.
Darling is a great mark on the league, but he can sometimes get worked under the ball in the contest. If he can lift his overhead capability, he will be a star. Perfect kick. The Eagles are in front.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Good tap from Naitanui. Penetrating hand pass. Cochin just squeezes the kick out. Lloyd gets it on the bounce. He just can't get out of the action. Quick hands find the running player. And he's heading for home. Naitanui watching, waiting, open. West Coast lead Richmond 216-86. I would have expected him to nail that. Grimes sticks out his hands and collects the ball. Lecrac is streaming past and gets the footy. West Coast have scored the last 2 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Oh, he'll be loving that goal when he sees it in the highlights package. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Good bounce. Naitanui gets onto the ball. He's got the football now. Jams it on the boot now. Martin takes it well. 50 metres from home. Going for goal number 1. And he's missed. Disappointing kick there. A mark by Wellingham.
The Eagles haven't taken many inside 50 forward marks, and their ability to nail goals on the run is what's keeping them in front of the Tigers. He plays on with it. Jeddah handballs it. He completely mistimes the kick. Naitanui with the ball.
Moves it quickly by hand. Dowling drives it inside the 50. Slams it on the boot. The ball finds its way into the grateful clutches of the opposition. The ball bounced favourably for Nankervis. Jeddah onto the ball. Sweeping handball. Jeddah gets the tap. Hand pass by Naitanui. Going for goal number 1. That could be the final nail in the coffin. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The bounce is straight up and down.
Naitanui obviously loves playing for the club. I can't imagine him being anywhere else. Mitchell by hand. His approach looks good. Darling takes advantage. What a crunch. West Coast out in front over at Richmond.
Plays onto himself. Puts boot to ball. Over the top of the pack. Let's have the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. A long way out. Rams takes the mark. Boots it. It's impossible to outplay an opponent you can't outthink. Think about that. He's got the head down as he charges home for goal. West Coast have scored the last 4 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Darling needs to gain a more familiar and consistent goal-kicking routine. And when he does that, he will be rewarded with more accurate kicking results.
Out of bounds near the 50. It'll be a throw-in. The umpire's throw is a good one.
Nankervis is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. Hill heading for goal. A goal to the Eagles.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Nankervis knocks it down the field. Is in his possession. Caddy dishes it off by hand. McGovern passes to no one in particular. Naitanui taps. Tapped by Greig. Nankervis aims for his man on the ground. He has no trouble grabbing that one. He gives it a punishing kick. Oh, you can really tell he loves taking a contested mark.
The Eagles are having shots for goal on the run rather than looking to hit targets inside 50. And why shouldn't they when they have so many quality kicks in the team?
Tap to advantage. McGovern with the mighty fist. Mitchell with the ball. Kicks it. And that ball is out of bounds. The ruckmen are locked in battle. Naitanui with the first touch. He runs for home. He'll be happy with that. West Coast are nailing the coffin shut. The ball bouncing well. Naitanui decisively. Dowling free kick. Dowling plays it on. Prestia lobs the pass. Umpire calls for the ball.
Naitanui, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel. Shuey has a kick. Nice kick.
The ruckmen, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Nankervis hits it. McGovern with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. Nice work from Kennedy. He handballs it. He asks for it back. Goal to the Eagles. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Like a banana through a letterbox. What a wonderful goal. You can see it on his face. He's happy with that effort. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckmen unleash. Naitanui punches it. There'll be a ball up in the centre square.
The Eagles are dominating the clearances and really giving their forwards plenty of opportunity, and I think that's why they've got the lead. Darling passes it, dishes it off to the running player, Lacroix. Approaching home now. West Coast are on top of the Tigers.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Clean tap by Darling. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Mitchell gets the tap. Is in his possession. He's looking to add another. Score for West Coast and they stretch out their lead. West Coast could score the last 3 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
The Eagles are just really comfortable kicking for goal on the run because it's just an extension of their normal field kicking and they have absolutely no issues there.
There's one for the time capsule. Shuick is relieved to see that one go through. The bounce straight down.
Nankervis has got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. Pritis boots it. He marks the ball. Maston lines up. Maston goes for goal. It's going. Missed them all.
He's kicked it out on the full. He kicks quickly. Nice work from Cripps. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. Does he have a realistic chance from here, Richard?
This angle will test him, I reckon, Dennis.
A risky proposition from here. He'll need a big kick to make the goals. The Eagles could score the last 4 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Natanui nicely outclassing Nankervis. He runs for home. Jeddick takes aim for goals. West Coast over. The Tigers by 185.
Let's play on.
I would have expected him to nail that. Rams kicks to himself. Kennedy setting his sights on the goals. Off by a number of centimetres. The Tigers were really taken to task.
Well, they got into a situation where they were a few goals down and all of a sudden the players lost faith and thought, why bother? It was like they decided that the scoreboard damage was too much and that they couldn't handle it any longer, so just gave up. The whole team switched off and that's why this turned out to be a blowout.
At the end of the game, West Coast over Richmond 79-93. That's all from us. Thanks for joining us and thank you, Richo. See you again next game.
It's been a pleasure, Dennis. We'll catch you next time.
We're flying high.